Thank you for purchasing Increasing Car Count. After 25 years of training, and I've trained tens of thousands of people, I've realized that a lot of people, one of their biggest interests, one of their biggest needs is to increase car count. The economy is cyclical, it changes, needs change. Increasing car count is something that is incredibly important, but as an introduction to that, I just want to take a big look at the big picture before we get into the detail. In reality, there's four focuses that you need in marketing your business, and everything you do from a marketing perspective will fall under these four things. Number one is to bring in new customers, and the bulk of what we're going to talk about in this course is how to get people to your shop who've never been there before. Number two is one I think we don't think about enough, and that is to get people back more often. Increasing car count by simply getting customers who are already customers back to our shop more often. Some customers are only seeing us once a year or twice a year, maybe three. Our goal is to have them at least four. If they drive a lot like a salesperson who may need an oil change every 5 months, then that's the exception. We want to see those people more often, of course. But for the most part, we want to see our customers 4 times a year. So number two is how do we get people to come back more often? It's not increasing customer count per se, but it's increasing car count from our customers. The third is how to create packages to be able to create a higher invoice on average. The average shop only sells 1.2 hours per repair order. Now, I've seen shops that are as high as 5 and 6. That's the exception, not the rule. But our goal is 3 hours per repair order. So sometimes increasing car count isn't necessarily about getting another vehicle to the shop, but in reality is a vehicle that's there today, finding work that we may not have found till next time, or finding work, and I've experienced it where I go to a repair shop at the end of the day and they say, here's other work we found that needs to be done, and I'll say, well, why didn't you call me? We could have had it done today. So in reality, that is increasing car count. If the work is done today, all you're doing is taking my next visit and putting it in today, which is helpful for me as a customer because I really don't have the time to come back in a few weeks. I would rather have just done it today. Number four is increasing gross profit. That's the opportunity to actually see more gross profit in a sale. Just because a sale increased and we went from $50 in an invoice to $75 doesn't mean that our gross profit increased by that $25. In reality, if we make the deal so compelling, we can actually collect more dollars but actually reduce the gross profit. I've seen many shops where sales went up but gross profit came down. And sometimes people will do that to increase car count, and that's not what we're going to be talking about in this video. We don't want to charge a lot less to get busier. Increasing gross profit is what we're looking at on number four, not decreasing gross profit to try to make it up in volume. When I originally wrote this workshop, it was called 21 Ways to Increase Car Count, and I thought that was a bit of a stretch. But over the years, I've added more, and I've learned from people. I've learned from a lot of shop owners and getting creative. And a lot of our classes will ask people, what have you found that's worked? So a lot of these things you're going to learn are not just ideas. Sometimes people at the end of a class will say those are good ideas. They're better than ideas. They're not just things I thought about flying here and thinking, throw this out to you and hope it works. What you're going to see in this video class is 65 ways that do work. We're talking about people who are doing these things and they're having great results with them. Pay attention to the big picture. Sometimes we get so caught up in detail, 65 things in this case, that we lose sight of what we were trying to accomplish in the first place. Obviously, you're trying to increase your sales, but you can increase your sales without increasing your bottom line. So what we're looking at doing here is increasing sales, yes, but at the same time increasing gross profit and increasing net profit. You went into this business to make money. It's what you do for a living. It's not a hobby, it's not a charity, it's a business. And I want to encourage you as you go through this, again, make a list of the ones that you're going to implement. You're going to learn a lot of great ideas. Some of them might seem a little out there for you. Take note of them. Again, we're looking at things that actually do work. They're beyond ideas, they're proven things that people are doing. I want to encourage you to go back, implement. Training does not increase the success of your business. Implementation of the training increases the success of your business. So make sure that you give yourself time after the course is done to put together a plan so you can make sure that you implement all the things that you need to increase your sales, increase your gross profit, and probably more important, your bottom line. So let's take a look at the 65 ways to increase car count.